This portion of the Chad Benson Show is powered by NCA, National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. We're going to do that. What was the name of the new weather jingle?
Weather jingle.
Remember?
Chapped ass.
Chapped ass. That's right.
When he first said it, I thought he said Chad's ass.
Which is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Right, as well. Looking and seeing what's going on with the chaos in Minneapolis. By the way, I mean, you know, as some of you said last week, you got to hand it to them. It's like -10, and they're outside.
When you're getting paid, you got to show up for work.
Well, even at that point in time, you didn't pay me that well. I don't know how much you think they're getting. But, you know, and not everybody.
They're getting enough to show up in that weather.
Well, not everybody there is getting paid, but there are some. And I think that, you know, again, we can sit here and have conversations all day about certain things, but there was no doubt that some of these people are very committed to their craft. I'm very committed to my craft. What would it take you to go? What's the dollar amount? Because I don't know if I have anything at this moment in time that I would say, I got to go outside and protest.
I'm thinking at least 500 for the day.
For the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you 6 hours.
6. Solid 6. I like that. And that includes an hour for lunch.
Yes, and you bring the lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You got to feed us, too. It isn't, otherwise it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Soros better be using his gold McDonald's card.
Soros. That guy's nuts in a lot of ways. Crazy like a fox. But I admired him for his brilliance in trading currency because he was arguably the most incredible currency trader that ever lived. He was so good, and I read his book several occasions, The Alchemy of Finance. He was so good that there were nations like France, and he broke Britain. I mean, like they fear him shorting their currency because he could destroy them like that. That's how big and powerful he was. And then he took that money, and instead of doing good, right, what did he do? He wanted to have this bizarre, open
for socialist,
society.
He sure doesn't seem to redistribute a lot of his wealth.
No. Well, the problem is he's so good at making money, right? He gives away $1 billion, but then he made $3 billion. And you're like, oh, man. Oh, geez. So it's interesting, no doubt. But we have another shooting. This time it is in Arizona. That's all that we know is it's a shooting in Arizona. And one person is in critical condition. That's it. It happened in Pima County near Milepost 15 around 7:30 a.m. And that's all they're saying. Circumstances leading to the incident were not immediately clear, but this was a Border Patrol agent in Arizona that fired the shot. Outside of that, I have no idea what took place. I don't think anybody does, and it's just a quiet situation from there. I'm sure we'll find out more. Speaking of the border and whatnot, Trump earlier today on Kristi Noem.
I am, yeah. I think she's doing a very good job. The border is totally secure. You know, you forget. We had a border that I inherited where millions of people were coming through. Now we have a border where no one is coming through. They come into our country only legally. So you have to remember those things. You know, people forget as soon as you accomplish something, it goes into history, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. We had a border that caused all of this problem. Biden caused, and the Democrats caused this problem. They allowed tens of millions of people to come in. Many of them were murderers. Many were drug dealers, drug addicts, people from mental institutions. They allowed these people to violate our country, to come into our country. And that's what we're talking about. So if you remember, we had a horrible border, the worst border we've ever had, ever in history. People were flowing through by, we think, 25 million people, not to mention drugs and everything else. and that border is absolutely closed.
Kristi Noem had nothing to do with that. She didn't. That was all you. And the swipe of a pen. That was it. You changed everything back to the way it was, and overnight everything. She had nothing to do with that. That was you and telling the border agents, hey, you guys can enforce laws now. You can turn around and send them back. And these are the rules. That was not her. She had played no part in any of that. I get it. They had a 2-hour meeting yesterday. And look, they did not cover themselves in glory over the shooting. They did not. Right? They send little Gregory, Buffino back to El Centro, which is near San Diego. And because he also did not cover himself in glory. And that is not going well because he knows he's got to have a bit of a tone. That's why he brought Tom Homan in, right? The lady who got shot, Renee Good, when everybody else was like, she's a terrorist, she's a terrorist, she's a terrorist. And she's all these things, and she's this. And you know what he said? You know what? Let's see what everything says. Let's see what the video, let's get all the information first. And then they ran out there. And he felt that, okay, it's shifting. I'm starting to lose, not based on, a lot of stuff that I would like to see done, based on the fact that you've got people running around that are in positions they shouldn't be, and it doesn't look good. And he talked about the victim who was killed.
Well, I'm looking at that whole situation. I love everybody. I love all of our people. I love his family. And it's a very sad situation.
Yeah, and, yesterday, Dropsite News has another camera angle, and you could see them take the gun out of his back, and this has not helped the administration, and Trump doesn't like that. Trump, he wants him to be, let's go get him, let's get rid of the bad people, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of this is theatrics, right? Because that's what politics is anymore. A lot of it is theatrics. It's like, oh, what's the presentation like? And that's the other thing. Trump's like, that's the beauty of Trump is he can go, oh, things are changing. I need to shift. Things are going a little sideways. I need to pivot here. So I'm going to pivot. And that's what he did. That's why he's bringing Tom Homan in. They had a 2-hour meeting yesterday. I told you guys yesterday that he was not happy. My source said he was pissed for a lot of things. Because he also recognized, hey, the tone from other Republicans isn't good. And then what hurt him is, you had Kash Patel come out and say, you can't carry a gun at a protest. What? Where'd you come up with that? Like, even Maria Bartiromo's like, what are you talking about? I mean, this was, he recognized it. And Trump is great at that 70, 30, 80, 20. Oh, there's a pivot here. I need to pivot with him. Gets on the phone with the mayor, gets on the phone with the governor, and they go and fix this as fast as they can to try to bring the room temperature down, which is what he needed to do. Because he recognizes, too, whether he likes it or not, this is your administration. Buck stops with you. You're the head of the administration. So you're going to be the one that when people are pissed and angry about what they feel, and again, think of it outside of the box in the echo chamber that many of you sometimes listen to, where it's, it's only this. No, think about it outside of the box where independents and frustrated Republicans are like, ooh, if you lose Sean Hannity, it was like, I don't think this is good. And you lose, the likes of Governor Abbott's like, maybe we need to change the tone a little bit. Maybe we need to have a different feel. That's when okay, I've got to pivot. And he's good at that. And that's why he's moved, say what you want about Greg Buffino, who is, I wasn't a fan because I think everything he did was also very theatrical. And the same thing with Immigration Barbie. I think they just said we need to get the adult in the room, and Tom Homan's it. He's gruff, he's no nonsense, but he'll sit there and he's, I've talked to Tom on several occasions. He's easy to talk to. Even Bell talked to him. Bell K talked to him. He's easy to talk to.
Nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy. And I think that helps. And he's currently meeting with the powers that be right now. So it'll be interesting over the next couple of days to see how this thing shakes itself out and whether or not Trump is going to be resetting and moving on from here to somewhere else in the coming days. Because I think, that's probably going to happen. I think they'll come up with something. And by the way, for those of you who say, well, they need to allow them to have access, Minnesota allows them to have access if you have a warrant or an order to be removed in the prisons. They allow you to have access in the prisons. Maybe not the jails, but in the prisons they do. So, but they don't let you, some states actually have inside of there. They'll have, I know Dallas is talking to one of the officers out there. They have them inside of the jails and the prisons. They'll have, border enforcement inside of there. But we'll see. It's going to be very interesting. Meanwhile, still cold outside. Am I correct, Ken? Is it still cold? I don't know.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, it is cloudy, too.
Oh, for the love of goodness.
So that hurts the melting. But it is warm enough to melt. I mean, am I seeing this correct? No, okay, that was wrong. Yeah. It's 30 degrees. It is 30 degrees and it's cloudy now, so there's not much melting going on now.
No, there's not. So, and that's right now, it's the ice.
In fact, there's no melting going on as long
melting.
as it's 30 degrees and no sun.
Zero melting going on. And I don't think it's going to, because what we're going to get is anywhere that's not really getting the ice hit by the sun, that's not going to melt. And what's going to end up happening is we've got another cold front moving in. So that means this time next week, we'll still be talking about the fact that, in particular, not so much streets, because I don't think there's any precipitation coming with this, but sidewalks and certain areas and trees will still be frozen over.
Yeah, and that's what we don't want.
We do not want that.
Frozen over.
No, God, no. That's awful. When I walked yesterday here, I was telling you guys at the roundabout, the trees across the street, the little park, they were all down. But you could walk across the side, the crosswalk and stuff, and it was slippery. On the way home, the trees on the other side, it landed in the street. And I had to walk most of the way here and home yesterday in the street because the sidewalks were so bad. And I don't think those are going to change it. They feel like they're getting worse. It feels like it's spreading out now. Oh, good God. Awful, awful, awful. I mean, I like the snow, right? That's neat. But the freezing cold, I wasn't a fan of that with the precipitation that came with it.
Nope.
So, Ken, what was our thing again? It was called...
The Chap-Ass Report.
The Chap-Ass Report. That's going to be the new one tomorrow. I've been working on Chap-Ass Report with Chappin', yeah.
Because cold chaps you.
Yeah, it does. A little chafing going on is what we're saying. Coming up, it is Hot Take Tuesday. Remember, keep your hot takes to what?
Woo.
Non-political. Mine got a little political last hour. It's not, though, but it is still going to be about the tick and the talk. So non-political hot takes straight ahead. If you're missing the show, we say, shame on you. Grab that podcast. It's just 99.7. It is Tuesday. We keep it non-political. Give it to us hot. Hot take. Hot take. Hot take Tuesday. All right, Ken, give us the hot take.
Well, this is very, very relevant with all the ice still covering Middle Tennessee, especially on your car, truck, or van. If your car, truck, or van sheds ice chunks on the highway, you're not a driver, you're a missile launcher. Clean your roof or accept that you're the reason someone behind you now needs a new windshield and possibly a change of underwear.
Oh, don't change those underwear unless you get hit in the grundle by a giant chunk of flying ice from icebergs. Somebody texted, what did they text in earlier? Saying that had to do something special with the windows. Is that what they said, Bell? And you called them a party pooper?
They were saying that since windows are made from safety glass, that there's no way the ice would penetrate.
Yeah.
And I said, not every single thing on the radio is said to be taken with 100% serious.
And by the way, it doesn't have to penetrate. If a big chunk of ice hits your window and you're not really paying attention because you're just zoning out driving.
It'll cause you to crash.
Yes, that's some of the things that'll happen there. All right, here we go. Everybody stand back. Bell's ready to blow. Let's do it.
NES sucks, or at least the person who is in charge of prioritizing which incidents they cover first. And I say this because I have a live power line draped across my car, covered in branches that someone approaching my house today almost touched. And they are sitting here telling me it's not a priority because it's the line going from the transformer to my house instead of a main one. Maybe you don't leave the wire on the ground that can get somebody killed.
Have you thought about just tapping it really quick?
Actually, yes, but I'm not going to risk it.
We were sitting there today, what do we, do you throw something at it to see if it's, do you try to climb in through the other window, the side of the car? And
no, I mean, the car's got to be charged if the thing.
put some rubber shoes on and take a risk, okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right?
Well, you know what? You can come over and show me how to do that right now.
I'm not going to. I'm not, you're faster than me. You can run in between the raindrops and the lightning. You'd be fine, right? No. So, not thrilled. By the way, an NES lineman listening. What? 1330. 215 broken poles. They're still going at it. Okay, so tell that. Everyone that calls NES has a down power line bell.
If it's live, it ought to be gotten
They're
up off the
live,
ground.
Bell.
Then they all should be prioritized.
They're all live,
Get
Bell.
them off the ground so people don't electrocute themselves.
And he also said
priorities.
NES is in the business of making money, run mostly. Some good ones there. But
how much money are they making with busted with a line down on the ground?
Yeah, people still have to pay their bills.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
They can still cut you off. Of course, they won't.
I'm
with
not
it being
saying
so cold.
I'm not saying it's got anything to do with the lineman. I'm talking about the idiot that prioritizes what they fix first. And there was a guy in my yard today that could have gotten killed because they don't prioritize this.
Yeah, that's right. But is it?
It might be different if it wasn't basically camouflaged by all the tree limbs and everything over it.
Yeah.
That's why you got to stay away from those down tree limbs.
Watch you go out there and find out that thing's just a deadline, hasn't been working in 50 years, and you've left it there for days because you were afraid to go touch it.
Can't risk it, though.
You can. You and I were telling Kenzel, you know what I would do? Throw some water on it. Because that seems safe.
Well, I'd throw water on it, but I'd be way away from it.
Water would probably freeze before it hit it.
Oh,
Somehow I would... Somehow, when I threw the water, I would slip and slide into the car.
You wouldn't let the bucket go, and then it would twist up on you, and
Right.
the water would hit it, and then there would be an arc of lightning,
Right.
electrocution.
Right, and it would burn my pants off.
And that would be the funny thing.
I'd be naked from the waist down.
Oh, like Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, I'll be the first person to admit that I'm irritated by this because it's inconveniencing me in a big way and draining my wallet from having to use Ubers.
Yes.
But it wasn't bothering me that much until this guy almost touched the car this morning.
Yeah, came in today, and I have my bellometer when I walk in. I'm like, let's see what kind of grumpy mood he is. And, he's fine. Eeyore's fine today. Today, Eeyore was angry Eeyore. My hot take is TikTok has been taken over by the Americans. And they've jacked the pooch. They've screwed up the algorithm. It is not going well. I'm getting people that I never even my For You page is a hot mess. I want my funny animal stuff back. I want my soccer stuff back. I want all that fun stuff. What am I getting? Crap. Just a bunch of stupid thing I don't care. Some political crap. I'm getting a lot of crap. I'm getting stuff in other languages. It's just, what? All I want is my fun. I built that For You page for me, and I want it back.
Are you getting any naked women?
No.
That's good.
You can't have that on TikTok.
No.
Got to be on Twitter for that.
Yeah, Twitter has a lot of that. Although, you know what I am getting? The mini dramas. I'm getting a lot of those. You ever watch those mini dramas?
No.
Dude, I get sucked into those stupid things. I do. I get so sucked in.
What do you mean by mini drama?
So there are like 5 or 6 companies that produce these awful... honest to God, they make the Hallmark movies look like these people over here are auteurs. Like, oh my goodness, who directed this over here? Right? Was that Orson Welles? These mini dramas, like porn has better acting, but the stories are so stupid, they're compelling. And I get sucked into them. I'm sitting there, my wife's like, what you watching? I'm going to find out if she's really the warrior queen. It is so stupid. I'm getting so many of those. Now I'm probably going to go back because it's listening to me and send me another 50 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. I want my singing cats back. Those things are great. By the way, cats are hilarious. I've been watching cats go through, like, tubes. Have you seen that?
No.
Where they slide down in, like, tubes, and they're stuck in there, and it's just hilarious. Cats are funny.
Dude, I like watching the cats slapping dogs.
Oh,
and
that's
other
so
cats.
great.
That cracks me up.
Yeah, that is so hilarious. Or when dogs, like the guy, like meets a woman and they fall in love and she goes, I didn't think my dog would like him. And then the dog won't let her get anywhere near him.
Right.
He'll slap him. I better watch out. Good. A wrongful death lawsuit's been filed over the U.S. military boat strike. This is going well.
I wondered when that was going to come about.
It's happening. Coming up, a lot of good stuff still to get to. A little bit more. I got some of your text messages on some of your stuff that's going on here, because there's some stuff that's going on, right? Like in Minnesota, some stuff going on all over the place. We got another shooting. By the way,
outside of Tucson.
Do you know how many shootings we've had? There's been 6. Now, this is 17 shootings.
17.
With 0 investigation.
That ICE was involved in?
Yeah, ICE or the CBP in the last several months, and nobody's been charged with anything.
Well, they were all in fear of their lives.
All in fear of their lives. So we'll see what this one's about. This one's a little closer to the border. A lot of other good stuff to get to. Some fun stuff, because we do fun stuff, kids. Yeah, Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Some of your text message. Cruising in. By the way, the whole lawsuit thing, somebody said they saw a commercial already. So the lawsuit for social media.
Yeah.
A commercial saying, have you been injured by, social media?
There you go. Class action, baby.
It's already happening, baby. Have you or somebody you know seen somebody with a better body and it made you feel bad about yourself?
Not me.
Call Weaver, K, and Benson.
I've actually gotten, I got that notice from AOL, not AOL, one of the...
AOL?
It was Facebook. I got that notice that I was awarded money in a class action lawsuit against Facebook, which turned out to be like $4.49.
All right.
And then I got one that I can get money from a class action lawsuit from SiriusXM, and then I'm also in one from Amazon for overcharging and making it hard to cancel anything. So if you add all up that together, I might be able to go to McDonald's.
It might be. That's a solid $12 right there. $12. It's funny. 1 million people get $4, right? And you're like, oh, that's $4 million. And then the lawyers get 40 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but not here at Weaver, K, and Benson.
Weaver, K, and Benson.
If you win, it'll be awesome, and it'll be great for you. If you or somebody you know has seen somebody whose life is better and it has made you feel uncomfortable, come to our thing.
Hi, I'm Ken Weaver. Have you been exposed on social media as not being as tall as you present yourself?
Have you been catfished? Has somebody on social media made you feel bad about who you are? We're here to fix your crap.
We're here to get you pocket change.
That's right.
Has your life been exposed as not being perfect?
Has your Get Ready With Me videos not gone the way you thought? By the way, it's hard to take you serious with your Get Ready With Me videos if you're trying to talk about something serious and you're putting on makeup.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah, what about that gal? You got any more from her?
Oh, Jess, I got so much from her. She's so insane. And she gets, look, first of all, she's kind of smoking hot. But the whole Get Ready With Me thing, and then she talks about how life is, how underprivileged everybody is. Like, lady, my daughter, Lily. She's like, yeah, she's got like $300 worth of makeup right there. Yeah. She's not slumming it. But nobody stole her backpack or jacket or whatever. Like Kylie. It happens sometimes. Sometimes your backpack, it gets stolen, and the next thing you know, it's really bad for you.
Oh, man.
Speaking of height, as you were saying, did you see Diego Pavia? He's at the Senior Bowl?
Yeah.
And apparently, NFL, they like to know how tall you are. And I'm 5'11" or 4'8". So he is apparently 5'9" and 7/8 inches. The only sub 5'9" quarterback in the history of the NFL to be selected in the draft was Davey O'Brien, who was 5'7", the year of the Lord, 1939, and Eddie LeBron in 1952. Flutie was 5'10".
What about Drew Brees? How tall was Drew Brees?
He was about 6 foot, 5'11".
He was 6 foot? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
no wonder he wanted to stay in college for another year. Drew Brees is 6 foot. So, and that's from the combine.
Yeah, as a quarterback in the NFL, I don't know, man. That's you've got to be able to see
over people.
over the line of scrimmage.
How tall is Mahomes? Because he seems short. When you
Patrick's
see him
like 6'2".
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you think he looks short because everybody around him's 12 feet tall.
Right. It's kind of like a point guard in basketball.
Yeah. I mean,
they look like they're short, but they're actually
have you ever been to an NBA game? You're sitting there and you go, sweet mother of God, who grew these people this big? I met Shaq once.
Yeah.
There's nobody the size of that human being is you can't even, unless you stand next to it, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because unlike a lot of guys, he's not 7'4" and like 87 pounds. He's a grown man with a grown man body.
Yeah, he is. I think in his playing, they said at the height of his play, of his career, he had like 10% body fat.
Yeah, and at the lower part of it, he had 100% body fat. There was times when I was like, oh, he's thundering literally down the... He's like, you guys go to the other side. I'll wait here.
He's endorsing Burger King and eating a lot of it.
And then every time I go to a Burger King, I end up buying one of them. Like a Burger King? No, just the whole store. That's why I have 465 of them. Bryce Young is 5'10". How's that working out?
Yeah.
I know. No way Flutie was 5'10". Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Flutie is, he got outside the pocket, but he didn't, Pavia could go. I think he could be on a team. I think he'd be a backup. He'd be one of those guys, maybe put some gadget plays, maybe teach him to do what that guy Taysom Hill does. I don't know. That guy for, New Orleans, who's kind of like, he's going to play quarterback for half a game, then he's going to, kick, and then he's going to return punts. But with Pavia, worst case scenario is what do? You go to Canada, you make a couple $100,000 a year, and try to hope to win the Grey Cup.
Well, and you can throw the ball like 30 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, in
and
Canada.
Still make a touchdown.
Do you know what if you've never seen Canadian football, there's a play in Canadian football that is the craziest play where the quarterback will get the ball and he'll kick it to himself over just like a foot, and then he falls on it, and it's like, first down.
First
You're like,
down. And I like how if you punt the ball and it goes in the end zone, 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point. If you don't run it out, 1 point. 1 point. And we're sitting here today talking about the CTE, and the Canadians are like, what we should do? If you're too much of a wuss, right? Give the other team a point. And the thing is too, although they're changing the rules, because the end zone's insane. It's like 25 yards, and they have the field goal at the front of it, and you have somebody that waits back there in the end zone. So if you miss the kick, they have to run it out, or you could still get a point on them. Canadians, you and your funny stuff, eh? Your funny things, you know what I mean, eh? That's crazy, eh? Yeah, a lot of people are very excited about our law firm. I would be too. I mean, this is going to be awesome. Because a lot of those big law firms that you see, by the way, the Morgan & Morgan people, if you've never seen him, that guy is so fascinating. He is worth like $1.5 billion.
Wow.
And a lot of those law firms, they're not law firms, right? You know, so we could literally set up Weaver, Kay, and Benson, and we could just be, what they do is they just get the leads and they give them out to other people and they take a percentage.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm thinking so too.
I had a record company violate my contract one time, so I sued them. And the guy that I got in touch with actually passed it off to another lawyer who was more involved in entertainment. And when I was talking to the guy, he told me that out of his cut, that lawyer that referred it would get a cut.
Yeah, because a lot of those things, because you got to think about it. Morgan & Morgan, all these places, I mean, again, and this guy is fascinating. The real estate, the things he has done, the amount of, he's really fascinating. But you see him in every state. Like you go, no, it doesn't matter where you are. I was Morgan & Morgan in Arizona, California. Well, they're not licensed in every state. So what they do is they just, here you go, here you go, here you go.
I like how some attorneys have commercials where it shows them in a real nice office setting.
Oh, yeah.
But you know that's not really their office.
No, it's not their office.
It's just a stage set.
I love, we had, and every state and city has one of those like funny attorneys. We had one guy in Arizona, and he's giant, and he's ripped. And then, like, the middle of his commercial, he just rip his clothes off, and he start breaking stuff, and he's all inked up. He's like, I'll fight for you.
Gino Bussell?
Yeah, kind of Gino Bussell. Yeah, not him. He's too busy trying to get the Bible in the... What's the Bible math on that? Yeah, it's not very nice. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. We're going to have to go up against them, guys.
Oh, certainly.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. What are we going to charge? I don't know. We got to find, if any of you lawyers know, what's our finder's fee for our new law firm that's basically a lead firm?
20%
of what they get.
Yeah, 20% of what they get. So you get $1 million, we get 200,000. All right, but we're working hard for you. We're working hard for you. Got to point. You got to point. If you don't point, it doesn't count. Hey, everybody, we're working hard for you. When they tell you, no, it can't be done, we say, yes, it can be.
You're missing a lot if you're not on Super Talk TV.
This is the thing. It's going to be good for you. We'll stop the thing. Did you use social media? Oh, Lord. You guys are crazy. Yes, indeed. Coming up, we'll do a little monk talk. We'll find out where the monks are.
The monks.
Monks on a move. Where are they going? We'll talk a little bit about that. A bunch of other stuff still to go. Yee apologizing. Yeah. I don't think anybody's buying it.
Yeah, because, here in about 6 months, he's just going to go off again.
Oh, yeah. Because, dude, it's not whether or not.
I didn't mean any of those apologies.
Everybody knew you had that. You were bipolar.
Right.
It's not whether or not you're bipolar. It's whether or not you'll stay on your meds.
Right.
Right. That's the thing. Talk a bit about that as well. If you missed it, shame on you, grab the podcast. Otherwise, we may come for you. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Yes, we're following them as they go. Day 94 of the Monk March.
As quickly as you can, snatch the pebble from my hand. When you can take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Now it's time for your daily Monk March update.
Time for you to leave.
All right, the monks are cruising. They're heading towards Virginia now, but they're still in North Carolina. Cold, by the way, just to let you guys know that. Very cold out there. They are, so when I saw them this morning, they left early this morning. They were fully, they're totally covered now. They're wearing Ugg boots. Just as Kwai Chang Caine did.
Yeah.
So they're wearing Ugg boots, and a lot of people are still coming out to see them. The next place that they're going to get to is in Virginia somewhere. That's the next town they're going to hit where they're going to do the speech and everything. It's about 300 miles. They're not going to get there. They're not going to get there, obviously, today. But they've been facing the teeth of all of these storms, which is it's crazy that they're out there doing that. Good for them. Again, I know somebody can say, Jesus wouldn't. Yeah, Jesus would been like, those guys are doing it. They're putting their money where their mouth is. They are. And they're doing kung fu. I don't really think.
And they adopted a dog.
They adopted a dog.
What kind of dog? Little wiener?
No, it's like a mutt. It's small, probably 30 pounds. It kind of maybe 40. A Loca is his name, which is a dog apiece.
Probably pretty loyal to the Communist Party of China.
Probably, I would assume so. Well, you have to be, right? If you're on, although they're not, right? Because the whole thing is with them, especially the Buddha.
Free Tibet.
Yeah, Tibet, free it. Free Tibet. They never did. What was that movie with Brad Pitt? The true story that, the German mountaineer that lives up there with
10 years in Tibet.
10 years in Tibet. That's a good movie. I like that. They became pals. They did. If you guys have never seen it, it's a really interesting movie about the true story of like this mountaineer who befriends the Dalai Lama when he's a kid, when he's a puppity pup.
My favorite Brad Pitt character is Cliff Booth.
Oh, God, what a
Once
great
upon
character.
a time in Hollywood when he beats up Bruce
Lee. That's right. And Bruce Lee's family in real life got all mad. They get all pissed off. Like, you could not have beaten him up. It's like, it's a fictional character. The kind of, what's his name? Quentin Tarantino made it this little kind of, Cliff Booth was a relative, like a grandson or something.
Oh, yeah?
Of the dude, Aldo Rain from, was it the Inglourious Basterds?
Oh, yeah. Aldo Rain, yes.
Yeah.
Nazis.
Yeah, Nazis. Now I want my scalps. You killed that man. They'll have you for it. Nah, they'll chew me out. I've been chewed out a lot of time before.
I love Brad Pitt, man.
He's such a great
he
actor.
Plays great characters.
He is. He is such a great actor. What group am I talking about? I'm talking about the Tibetan monks, or the monks from Fort Worth. If you guys didn't know, they started 94 days ago. They're marching for peace, and they're going to, and at a time like this, it's very interesting. They're heading towards D.C., and they left in October, and they're cruising, and they're still going. So good for them, even in the snow and whatnot. And little dog is taken care of as well. Coming up next hour, we'll have the latest on NES and all the stuff going on, power outage, weather, probably some stuff on what's going on with the Border Patrol in Minneapolis, and who knows what else. A lot of fun. I know that. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.